I'm Daniel. I'm founder of Naturey and being CEO at the same time. So what you see here are forests not in Mauritania, obviously, but in Latin America. This is Colombia. And people might ask why I'm here. I'm growing forests, working to combat climate change. Why wouldn't I focus on Latin America? So a few numbers around that, which might be surprising. Not everybody know. What do you think is the potential of restore the full forests as they've been a few hundred years ago in Latin America, let's say, Colombia, Peru, Amazon area, Brazil in total? What do you think? In percent, how much of the global emissions we can capture there? Who thinks it is more than 1%? Who thinks it is more than 3%? Who thinks it is more than 5%? Well, no, unfortunately not. So the potential, if we now go and restore whatever has been lost, destroyed, etc. in Latin America, if we consider we continue to pollute the air with 50 gigatons of CO2, which I hope is going to be reduced, no doubt, right? So there are technical solutions to avoid emissions, and maybe we cut them by half, maybe more, I don't know. But if we believe we can save the world by restoring the rainforest, unfortunately that's not possible. So the full potential is around 4%. Same question, Mauritania. So who believes we can capture around 1% of the global emissions in Mauritania? Peter and Felix are not allowed to take part in this question. Who believes we can do more than 1%? Who believes that we can do more than 3%? Who believes that we can do more than entire Latin America, 4%? Wow. So who believes we can do 10%? Exactly. So 10%, the full potential of Mauritania, bringing forests to Mauritania is 10% of the solution. And if you consider we could cut the emissions by half, Mauritania can deliver 20% of the global solution. And yes, there are more countries where we can bring water and grow forests, but Mauritania is one of the key countries that can save the world. And I'm not sure if everybody in Mauritania knows that, so this is why I'm here to tell you people, you can have the liver that we need to bring forests here to capture carbon to save the world. And this is what we try to ignite here with Naturey and our efforts that we have done in other areas as well. And if I'm already talking big numbers, so if I talk about 10%, I talk about 5 gigatons of CO2 emissions. Those have a worth for the global economy. Let's say $100 per ton. Might be it's even $150 per ton. So the full potential of just the carbon that Mauritania can sequester on this country, on this surface, has a global value of $500 to $750 billion. So this is the GDP of countries like Sweden, like Norway, like UAE, like Thailand. GDP of entire rich countries is just the global potential of Mauritania in carbon. And I've seen now we can do a lot, right? We can do fish, we can do algae, we can do onions, wood production, all very helpful. Magnesium, ethanol, ammonia. So there is lots of revenue streams. We can do more or less all simultaneously. Our company, Naturey, has the focus on carbon credits, making them tradable, making the projects investable, etc. So we started our project exactly in this area. This is part of the pilot plots I have bought 15 years ago in Colombia. It's at the Pacific coast, Colombia, one of the most biodiverse regions of the world. So it's not only beautiful on land, it's also beautiful with the marine ecosystem. So the humpback whales come once a year from northern Pacific to give birth to their childs, etc., etc. Wonderful area. Looks very different from here, but it is, let's say, the same. It is a coastal area. We can work on marine ecosystems, on land ecosystems, etc. The one advantage we have in Colombia is today we have rainfall. I cannot guarantee we have that in 100 years from now and 15 years from now, but today we have rainfall. In Mauritania, we need to produce that water, logically, but we can then go and run the same kind of projects that we do in Colombia as well. So this is the same area where the other pictures from. That's the before after. The land plots that I bought in 2012, 13, and this is a picture from 2014. So this area is now completely restored. You wouldn't see a difference between the pristine rainforest and the restored area. We have done field measurements. It's very tangible now. Unfortunately, there's no scientific data in between, but everybody sees, obviously, this is not AI generated. This is real, can go there, can travel there, can touch and hug the trees, etc. To be more scientific, with the next project, we have done a registration at Berra, and we are selling carbon credits from that project. So this is PDD1, Antioquia, started in 22. This is now in full restoration process. So it is, this picture is from November 2025. You see already big difference between when we started and now. It's very measurable. And we also can plan now which species come back at what time, etc. The method with what we do is the same in Chocó and Antioquia. There's a method that we call ANR, Assisted Natural Regeneration. This is not planting trees. This is taking away everything what hinders nature to grow back. This is rather grass management. This is management of species, flora and fauna, both. This is nucleation planting, building corridors, connecting ecosystems, but we are growing back the full ecosystem that has been there and has been lost a few hundred years ago. Most of these cattle farms that we buy are unproductive now, have been having good times, let's say 50 years ago. Now the productivity got lower, so there's not really good income for the people that are running them, and we are taking them over. We employ the people that have been cattle farmers before, and now they are nature restoration ranger or families on the ground. Now PDD1 is investable. So it's a very tangible case. Investors and credit buyers go there, ride around with horses, see the beautiful nature, and would put infrastructure type of investments, sizing 30 to 50 million to buy additional land plots. So this now gets a continuous scale up of this project. Unto such a project as PDD1 has a full scale of 200 million investment and 50 to 60,000 hectares of full scale restoration. Beautiful projects, also very well in co-benefits, meaning biodiversity, bringing full ecosystem back, and also for employment and social interaction with the communities. So we have gotten now due diligence maybe 25 times, won some prizes, got sub-good ratings, etc. So we can continue that. It works in Colombia. It also will work in Brazil, where we're going to start in next year. But as I said, so the global warming problem is not solved by that. So we still need to think bigger than that. So it is investments, all perfect, all beautiful, all scalable, but it doesn't solve the problem. But the problem can be solved with whatever we've seen here on the presentations of my peers here, presenting irrigation systems, presenting renewable energy systems, and bringing value to the land here whilst growing trees. So this is, in the very last one, as you see, is AI. So what we believe in here, PDD4 is our internal naming. So there's PDD2 Colombia and PDD3 Brazil in between. But PDD4 is on our radar to work on it, to do the project development for the carbon credits that we can then sell to the European and the US markets where carbon is needed as a commodity. Which means Mauritania can play a big role in the carbon markets, especially if it comes to compliance markets in the EU. The EU regulation now allows 5% of international credits, which represent around 100 million tons of carbon removals. So funnily, this is exactly the number that the first 2 million hectares here in Mauritania can produce. So things I know for sure, no other country can deliver the amounts needed that EU is going to buy. Mauritania alone can deliver. If we serve that project well, if we now go and continue to scale it up, and if we work on those 2 million hectares, Mauritania alone can deliver the 5% of these international credits. Whilst I believe no other country can, and I believe the 5% will be only the first 5%, because very soon all the other technological solutions will fail, not in functioning, but in scalability of them. So it is very unlikely that we really reduce 90% of the emissions. I'm happy if I'm wrong, but it didn't happen the last 35 years. So I'm very unsure we can reduce 90% of the emissions, which means we need much more than 5% of carbon removals. Actually, we would even need them now, because temperature has already risen to 2% or more. So basically, we would even need 50 gigatons of removals today, that the situation doesn't worsen. But politicians don't see it that way at the moment yet. So what those carbon credits would help is to channel EU capital into Mauritania to bring all those projects to life that we have seen. We have obviously all those co-benefits that we have seen by food production, magnesium, clean water, jobs. I think the project serves really all 17 SDGs of Mauritania. I'm very sure about that. And we in Europe, we might be able to reduce our footprint to zero, realistically net zero, by removing the carbon here. And actually, besides getting now a pilot off the ground in the next 2 or 3 years, I don't see any obstacle why this wouldn't be functioning, based on the knowledge that we gain now, getting a pilot off the ground over 2 or 3 years and having it investable today. So when we now enter climate conferences or investment conferences around climate investments and having those pilots set up, there's a lot of interest of all institutional investors trying to help this situation. So this is a bit technical, but maybe also interesting for everybody who would like to make a picture. It's obviously nothing I go through now exactly, but we have long time experience with Vera. We see there are other good standards that would be suitable to be produced here. I think a very good project would normally be eligible for each and every standard. And I think it's too early to now today recommend which standard to go. I think we also need to be ready for each and every compliance market. But it would be or could be our job to recommend a standard and to do the carbon project development in this sense. Closing with that, thank you very much for your attention. And